Guys, in this video we are going to take some time to do a book review of The 4 Pillars of Fighting by James Yeager. James Yeager is a legend in the firearms community. He is or I should say was, one of the best instructors, in my opinion, around. Unfortunately, he passed away back a couple of years ago, but we do have some of his knowledge left with us. You know, he put a lot of work into this book, and we are fortunate enough to have it. And I want to begin by looking in the back of this book to basically James's resume. This is some of the things that that qualified him to write this book and to train others. Okay, you can see here, FBI certified firearms instructor, and just the list goes on and on and on. You know, there's just pages and pages of certifications and trainings, as well as experience that James had gone through over his life. And of course, with that being said, you know, James passed away, unfortunately, before he was able to get everything compiled together. But what we have is Paul. Paul Markle is someone who has just as an impressive resume and was a friend of James's. And you can learn more about that if you read the foreword and introduction of this book. That's going to kind of tell you exactly what happened and how this book came to be. And as you can see, Paul's resume as well, it's just as impressive. This book is one that should not be seen as a substitute for going and actually taking a class with a qualified instructor. But at the same time, you're going to get a lot of information out of this book that you're not going to get in a lot of firearms schools. Now, one thing that you do get out of this book is you actually get to hear some of the conversations, or I should say read some of the conversations that happened between James and some of the students. Okay, there is a lot of information, a lot of details in there on things, and you can see here, I've just got stuff highlighted everywhere. You know, it's just full of information, a lot of notes and things like that I wanted to make sure that I highlighted and that I kept. This book begins where a lot of other books do not, and it begins with mindset. Let's just turn to the beginning of it. Of course, you can see the foreword and all that kind of stuff, preface, and you know, and that's where it talks about the the background, how this book came to be. Right here we go. Now, what this book begins with, once you get through the introduction, is mindset. That's something that is not talked about enough, is mindset. You know, you making the choices, the decisions that you make, having the mindset to do what you need to do to protect yourself. And there's so much that this book covers. Yes, it gets into tactics, skills, gear. You know, there's some bonus material, and that's just a lot of things from James, that sayings and things of his over the years. And I'm going to put a link down below this video to where you guys can go pick this book up if you are interested in it. The book is one that is just a wealth of information. It talks about a lot of things that a lot of folks do not consider. It talks about the importance of medical training. It talks about the importance of basically keeping quiet and not saying certain things if you are involved in an incident, in a self-defense scenario. It also talks about things that you should do to prepare other than just your skills and tactics. You need a lot. It talks about the importance of medical training as well as a lot of other things. The book is one that I have had to say that I really enjoyed reading it. It has been a very good book to read, a very good read, and it's one of those books that just draws you in. It is written as someone, by someone that had a lot of experience, that they tried to pour that experience into this book. And guys, I mean, it's just a wealth of knowledge that I would recommend that you guys get. Just thumbing through here, just some of the stuff that I've gotten highlighted, and there's all kinds of notes in here, and it just really brings you into a lot of the things that most people, unless you've gone and taken a class down there at Tactical Response, which, full disclosure, I have not yet. But I hope to in the future. You get pulled into the lecture as much as possible. You get to read through part of one of the lectures down there for the classes. And that's one of the things that really is critical. There's so much more than just skills and tactics and gear. You're going to see a lot of things in this book that go against the grain. And that's one of the things that James was known for, was going against the grain on training. You know, if something worked, he would tell about how it worked and why it would work. If something did not work, he did not pull punches, and he doesn't pull them in this book either. So, but guys, there's so much more I could say about this book, but the best thing that I could do, if you are interested in learning a little bit more about him and as far as his thought process, this book is worth reading. It's worth you taking your time, picking it up and reading it. You know, I'm going to have to say that it is unfortunate that James has passed. It would be very nice to actually hear that lecture from him if I ever get down there to Tactical Response. And but guys, I just wanted to share it with you, share a few of my thoughts with you. And again, guys, check it out. Link down below. Guys, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel. And let me know if any of you guys out there have actually read this book, or if you've taken some classes at Tactical Response. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel, and we'll see you next time.